Welcome back to Caveman Capital. Primitive logic for modern markets. It is January 2026. By now, the envelope has arrived. You have seen the official numbers for your Social Security cost of living adjustment. On paper, the government tells you that your check is bigger and the system is working. But let me ask you a simple question before we begin. When you walk into the grocery store today, or when you pay your utility bill, do you feel richer? Or do you feel like you are still hunting for scraps, just to maintain the same standard of living you had last year? The truth is uncomfortable. The raise you just received is an illusion. In financial terms, it is already gone. Today, we are going to dissect the reality of the 2026 increase. We will look past the headline percentage and expose the three hidden predators eating your retirement income. First, let's talk about the math. To understand why you feel poorer, you have to understand how the government calculates your survival needs. Your raise is based on a metric called the CPIW. That stands for the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers. Listen closely to those words. Urban wage earners. This index tracks the spending habits of younger, working people. It tracks the price of electronics, used cars, and recreational goods. When the price of a flat-screen TV drops, it pulls the official inflation number down. But you are not a 30-year-old wage earner. You are a retiree. Your basket of goods is different. You do not buy a new laptop every year. You buy healthcare. You pay for insurance. You pay for heating oil. In 2026, these are the costs that actually matter to you. This is a fundamental mismatch. It is like measuring the temperature in Alaska using a thermometer placed on a beach in Florida. The data isn't mathematically wrong, but it is irrelevant to your reality. The government gives you a raise based on televisions, while you are trying to pay for prescriptions. This brings us to predator number 2. The leak in the bucket. I'm talking about Medicare Part B premiums. For the vast majority of you, your Social Security check and your Medicare premiums are linked. The government uses a give-and-take mechanism before you even see the money. Before your Social Security check ever hits your bank account, the premium for Part B is automatically deducted. Here is the historical trend that almost no one talks about. Medicare premiums consistently rise faster than the cost of living adjustment. In 2026, we are seeing this dynamic play out aggressively. Let's look at the real numbers. If your COLA increase gave you an extra $50 a month, but your Medicare premium increased by $40 a month, your actual disposable raise is only $10. That is barely enough to buy a sandwich in today's economy. It is a classic shell game. You think you won, but the house always takes its cut first. The headline number in the news says you got a raise. Your bank statement tells a different story. You are running on a treadmill just to stay in the same place. And now, we must discuss the third trap. We call it the tax torpedo. Many people enter retirement believing that Social Security is a tax-free benefit. They paid into the system their whole lives, so they assume the payout is theirs to keep. This is false. If your combined income exceeds certain thresholds, your benefits become taxable. Here is the trap. These income thresholds were set decades ago. Unlike tax brackets, these thresholds were never indexed for inflation. So, because you received a COLA increase this year, your nominal income on paper has gone up. This raise might push your total income just over the limit. Suddenly, you trigger a tax event. You might find yourself paying taxes on up to 85% of your benefits, simply because the government gave you an adjustment. It is a cycle designed to slowly erode your purchasing power. It is not a conspiracy, it is a broken formula. So, the picture is bleak. But at Caveman Capital, we do not believe in despair. We believe in adaptation. Our ancestors survived not by complaining about the cold, but by building fires. First, stop relying on the government's inflation number. You need to calculate your personal inflation rate. Look at your actual spending. If your personal costs went up by 6%, but the COLA was only 3%, you have a gap to fill. Your investment portfolio needs to generate that difference. Second, focus on tax efficiency. This is where the game is won or lost. Work with a qualified CPA to manage your provisional income. Sometimes, withdrawing less from a traditional IRA in a specific year can keep you under the threshold. This can save you thousands in taxes on your Social Security. It is not about how much you make, it is about how much you keep. Third, own hard assets. In an environment where paper money loses value, you cannot keep your entire nest egg in cash. You need assets that reprice with inflation. Stocks of companies with pricing power, real estate, or commodities. You need a shield against the erosion of the dollar. The 2026 Social Security increase is a band-aid on a bullet wound. It helps, but it does not cure the problem. The system is complicated by design. Complexity hides the leaks. But if you strip away the noise, the logic is simple. The government check will never make you wealthy. Keep your expenses lean, keep your assets strong, and most importantly, keep your eyes open to the reality of the math. Don't let the shiny rock of a nominal raise distract you from the reality of your purchasing power. I am the caveman. Stay simple, stay solvent,